going, everybody? It's Mike with Jealous Lawn Care here, and today is middle of October, and surprise, surprise, it is windy. So I'm going to try and talk even louder than usual so to make sure everybody can hear me. And even though it's windy, I'm going to do what I can. So I just wanted to show you and talk about a few things going on in my lawn. So since it's middle of October, this is the time, it's fall, so all the leaves are dropping. And this is the time, the few times a year where I actually bag the clippings instead of mulch them. And like I've talked before in previous videos, mulching is always better in my opinion. You restore the nutrients from the clippings all the way down to the ground. So if you watched my last video, you can tell that I notched my mower blade down, one notch, and now I'm cutting it about 2.5 inches. So because of this, as a result, the stripes won't appear as deep and dark green as usual. And this is all one of the secrets of lawn striping, is the better, deeper, darker stripes is one of the factors is how high you cut. So the higher the better, because there's more sunlight that can reflect off of more surface area, we'll say. That's the easiest way to describe what's going on. So just wanted to point that out in case some people say, oh, the stripes aren't working as good for yourselves or myself or anybody. I just wanted to point that out. So people often ask the question, hey, when should I mulch? When should I bag it? But this is an example of when you should be bagging. So when you have this much leaves in this time of October, it's middle October, so this is my culprit. All these leaves are going to be dropping, and this is when you definitely want to bag, because this will create too much mulch for the lawnmower and for the ground. If you're at a level similar to like here, where this leaves kind of sparsed out, then it will be acceptable to mulch. Mulching the leaves will actually act as a protective layer, also restore nutrients, mulch, things like that. So here's the after photo. Nice faint stripes because it's lower cut than usual. And in case you guys are wondering what these signs are in my lawn, so recently we had some roofing issues because of hail and wind damage. So therefore, the State Farm is going to be giving us a new roof as an insurance claim. So you will not see this roof for much longer. I can finally get rid of this ditch that the old neighbors had years and years and years ago. As you can see, I got a lot of missing shingles and stuff up there, wind damage. Well, one thing that's very important this time of year, and in the beginning when I started doing lawn care, I did not know about this trick, and it ended up hurting part of my lawn. So what I'm going to tell you guys is very important. So if the leaves build up too much, like in the middle of your lawn, it's not going to be too big of a deal because the wind's going to blow it from here to the neighbors. It's not going to be a big deal. But when I walk around the side of my house and you have fences like I have, you will notice that all the leaves tend to pile up. And when they pile up all along the fence line, and especially in the corners. You'll notice that. And if the leaves build up too much, and especially if it rains afterwards, all that grass underneath will be dead. So make sure you pick it up in time. Do not let that just pile up and say, okay, I'll get to it, because I've seen it in a matter of a week, 2 weeks, depending on a lot of scenarios, how much weight is on it, because of water, leaves, pile up, sun. I mean, there's 1,000 reasons why that happens, but very important to rake your leaves up and get the leaves up off the grass as soon as possible, mainly against the edges of the fence line. If it's in the middle, it's going to blow and blow and blow, not a big deal. A lot of mine pile up. You can see back there, I have a lot of leaves, debris, stuff that I get to a couple times a year, stuff from the pine tree, stuff from other neighbors, stuff from a lot of different leaves and stuff. So I don't mind it back there because it's just dirt back there already. Save yourself some time and aggravation. Don't wait too long to pick up the leaves. All right. Quick little reminder for everybody. You never want to see this after you're done cutting the grass.
So these are leftover mulch clippings that, is not good for the grass because it's gonna, blocks the sunlight, blocks moisture, and it's gonna build up the thatch layer too much. Obviously this lawn was cut, much less frequently than it needs to be. So, you don't want to see this after you're done cutting the grass. And you can see, obviously, it's all over the place. That's just too much. Never want to see that. So when I was mowing last week, I hate to tell you guys this, but I made a simple mistake. And that was, I was mowing half my lawn, and what happened was it started to rain, and I decided to continue because I was halfway done with my front, and I had to make the choice and said, hey, do I keep going or do I look like a fool and say, oh, for the next several days that it was supposed to rain, you don't want to mow a wet grass, so I don't want to look stupid and just have half my lawn cut. So I said, okay, I'm just going to continue, and it was raining pretty good on me. So I finished up, and here is the result. You guys didn't believe me about one of the reasons not to mow wet grass. You can see this spot. You can see the spot here, spot here, spots here, spot there. All these spots. You can see some spots there, spots there. I could just keep going the whole way. And what this is, because this ground got stained. This is literally from one time of mowing wet, even though afterwards I tried to blow it off as quick as possible, after it stopped raining, but it did not. The damage already was done. So, what the next step is, now I gotta break out the power washer, spend some more money on my watering. So just a quick reminder for everybody, never mow wet. Although unfortunately, sometimes we don't have that choice, unless we want to look like a fool in front of everybody. All right, so avoid these spots. Do not mow wet.